Shalom Israel. First giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Karkadash. This is Brother Matthias coming with another quick breakdown. This is to answer a question to his name is Akshem. Shalom to you, Ak. I want to bring a little clarity to your question. This is something a lot of us on Rod of Iron know, but he's not clear on it. So I just wanted to give a little breakdown right now so the brother could get some understanding. I'll read his post. He said, "Brother, I still don't quite understand Yahweh Shai being Solomon in the past or regeneration. Can you send me some scripture so I can develop understanding?" All right. So sounds like you kind of up on the regeneration part. But if not, we'll bring you up to speed on that. Then we'll get to King Solomon and how he was Yahweh Shai in the regeneration. All right. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Starting at verse 15. And this is what it says. It says, "That which had been is now, and that which is to be has already been. And the Most High requires that which is past." So, are you here now? Yeah, you are. So, if you're here now, then you existed before is what it's saying. And whatever you did in your past life is what you pay for in the next life. That's how the Most High does it. All right. So, let's go on down to verse 16. He says, "And moreover I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there." So the place of judgment is under the sun. So what's that? That's the earthly realm. Okay. So there's no hell underground. There's no devil and all that. Right? I think you got that. So verse 17. "I said in my heart, the Most High shall judge the righteous and the wicked. For there is a time there for every purpose and for every work." That's why you see some people get blessed. Some people, pay for their sins here. Some people get shot down, beat up, raped, stabbed. Then some people win the lottery. Or some people, get a good job or they make money or something. I don't know. Whatever you did in the past, the Most High rewards you accordingly now, or punishes you accordingly. All right, now let's get to Yahweh Shai being King Solomon. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 7. All right. And let me make sure I got the right one. The second or the first? So give me 1 second. Second. 2 Samuel chapter 7. All right. So gonna start at verse 1. All right. That's what it says. "And it came to pass when the king sat in his house, and the Lord had given him rest round about from all his enemies, that the king said unto Nathan the prophet, See now, I dwell in a house of cedar, but the ark of God dwelleth within curtains. And Nathan said to the king, Go, do all that is in thy heart, for the Lord is with thee. And it came to pass that night, that the word of the Lord came unto Nathan, saying, Go and tell my servant David, Thus saith the Lord, Shalt thou build me an house for me to dwell in? Whereas I have not dwelt in any house since the time that I brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, even to this day, but have walked in a tent and in a tabernacle. In all the places wherein I have walked with all the children of Israel spake I a word with any of the tribes of Israel, whom I commanded to feed my people Israel, saying, Why build ye not me a house of cedar? Now therefore, So shalt thou say unto my servant David, thus saith the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the sheepcote, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people Israel. And I was with thee whithersoever thou wentest, and have cut off all thy enemies out of thy sight, and have made thee a great name, like unto the name of the great men that are in the earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more, as before time. And as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thy enemies, also the Lord telleth thee that he will make thee an house. So he's telling King David through the that he's getting ready to establish his kingdom. So he's getting ready to tell King David through the prophet Nathan how he's going to get the kingdom done. All right? Pick it up in verse 12, 2 Samuel chapter 7. And when your days be fulfilled, you will sleep. Hold on. This car. All right. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. So who proceeded out of David's bowels? King Solomon, right? Right. So, verse 13, what is his seed going to do? He shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. So, how's Solomon going to live forever? This is who he's talking about. Verse 14, I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men, and with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. And thy house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words and according to all the visions, so did Nathan speak unto David. So, he's basically letting David know that his son is going to be the ruler over Israel for eternity. It was the last king that had that ton of power. It was Solomon. That was his son from his loins. All right? And what did King Solomon do? King Solomon led Israel off into idolatry pursuant to 1 Kings chapter 17. You can read about it. Because Solomon got led off. Let me get it. 1 Kings chapter, is it 17 or 11? 1 Kings chapter Salak, it's 1 Kings chapter 11. My bad. Starting at verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. So he loved these women, and they led him off into idolatry. And when they led him off into idolatry, the kingdom ended up splitting. So it was Solomon's fault. Solomon had to be had to be punished for that. So when he died, he hadn't paid anything. Let's go down. Let's go all the way down to verse 41. And the rest of the acts of Solomon and all that he did and his wisdom, are they not written in the book of the acts of Solomon? And the time that Solomon reigned in Jerusalem over all Israel was 40 years. And Solomon slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David his father, and Rehoboam his son reigned in his stead. So Solomon led the entire nation of Israel into idolatry. All right. and he never paid for it in that lifetime. He died and he came back as King Saul, as Yahushua. And this is why he got beaten and whipped, because it was his job to redeem Israel back through being punished. All right, so that's what happened. So it was said he was going to be beaten with the rods of men. Ain't that what happened to him? Pulled his beard out. He had the crown of 72 thorns on his head. He got spit on. He got slapped. That was chastisement from his father, Yahweh. All right. Let me get a precept real quick. This is Luke 20 and 44. You know it's a lot. David 20 verse 41. This is what Yahushua said. He said, how say they that the Hamashiach is David's son? That's a question he's asking him. And David himself, in the book of Psalms, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou on my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. David therefore calleth him Lord. How was he then his son? Then in the audience of all the people he said unto his disciples, all right, beware of the scribes which desire to walk in long robes and love greetings in markets and the highest seats in the synagogues and the chief rooms at feasts, which devour widows' houses, and for a show make long prayers, same shall receive the greater damnation. He was asking them a hard question they couldn't answer. They didn't know he was King Solomon coming back in the reincarnation. They didn't know that in the regeneration. They didn't know. See, Yahushua messed with them constantly because they couldn't answer the question. Yahushua is King Solomon in the regeneration. All right. So I hope this clears up your question as to how Yahushua could be King Solomon. He is. He was the last king of Israel, and Yahweh, the Father, said that David's son was going to have an everlasting kingdom in 2 Samuel chapter 7. Okay? So, knowing that, I believe that the question's been answered. So, I hope this helps you out. And that'll be the end of this video. So, I just want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Rod of Iron family. Peace and blessings unto you. Quickly prepare for the next message coming your way soon. This is Brother Matthias. All right. Signing off, and I'm out. Shalom.